Oh, need a coffee. Right then, let's see. What am I doing today? Right, today I'm just having a bit of an experiment. I haven't bothered setting up the actual recording shit. Pulled out this shitty, what the fuck's it called? Microscope. Don't need it, but it lets people see what I'm working on. Because this camera is a Microsoft Life camera HD. I think it's taking the piss calling itself HD, to be honest with you. That's what I got set up. Let's get rid of that for now. So today's a bit of an experiment. I got one of these zero delay boards. Look at that fucking HD, my ass. Right, so they're cheap. They come from China. You get loads of them. They're cheap as anything. They show up as a USB joystick. They can provide 5 volts to, say, LED lights for arcade buttons. It's got an analog. This is where the issue is. So it's got, now where the fuck is it? And this connector here is supposed to be analog, but it's digital. It's always digital, and it's got a little mode button here, well, a mode switch, like PlayStation's. Let's put this back on. So, where is it? So this here is a mode toggle. So like the old PlayStation controllers, where you can toggle analog off or on. It uses one of those. And first thing you enable that, this connector becomes actual analog instead of digital, and then all these digital inputs, they're also analog, which is wrong. It says analog here, but they're actual digital, because I've had a look, and what they're doing is at the back here, they've got these little links. So this and this, they're for balancing. So these are just there so it looks like an analog input is center. So it should be a matter of, they've tied them all together, you see, down here. They've put a trace down here. Can you see how it's not actually going anywhere, it's just bridging all of these pads together, and these pads are on the opposite side here. So these are all tied together. Jesus Christ, fucking hate this microscope. Yeah, these are all tied together here. It's all upside down and back to front, of course. Anyway, so the idea is I should be able to cut this trace down the middle here. Where the fuck am I? Right. Yeah, I should be able to cut this trace down the middle here, separate all these pads from each other. I think, I'm not sure, but I think if I move this resistor, where'd it go? Jesus Christ, I need to fix this. But if I think if I move this resistor, so because see, it's just a link, it's not an actual resistor. So if I move this from here to here, so instead it connects here to there, that'll enable this as an analog and these as digitals, and I think that will break the trace for this, but that's fine because I can just wire straight to these points here. So that's what I'm testing today. Now I've got a couple of these boards already installed in an arcade machine over there, and obviously I'm using all the wires for them, so I'm going to have to make a new USB wire for it. So I think this is probably fine, and that, Jesus Christ, let's get rid of that and let's go back to fucking the shitty camera. Right, so because it takes a USB connector like that, and I've got this, so that should fit in there fine. Well, it kind of fits in, and then I just need to make, because this is just spade terminals at the end of it. So if I cut this, and that'll do, and just splice it onto the end of that USB cable, then I should be able to start working. So I'll pause the video and I'll start doing that. Plug this in here. Let's come on, that's promising. Right, so that's that on. Oh, that's why this wire's been in the fucking bin, isn't it? Is it? This USB cable's fucked somewhere. That's why it was in. Never mind, if I don't move it, it'll be fine. Right, let's see. Now I need my Windows game pad thing. Joy CPL, is it? Joy.cpl. Oh, don't search the internet. Jesus Christ, I fucking hate Windows these days. I mean, I'm typing Joy CPL to run Joy CPL, and it says, oh, do you want me to search fucking internet for it? No, I don't. Thank you very much. Just fuck. Oh, Jesus. Fuck Windows. I swear I want you to fucking use a different fucking operating system to Windows. I want to add a new window, don't I? No. Is it window capture? Probably, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. Right, so there it is, detected, and we're going to go to properties. Now I've got a button here somewhere. And I'll just test any fucking button. Yeah. There you go, that's button 1 now. Oh, Jesus Christ, you can't fucking see it again. It's a fucking professional as fuck. But yeah, if I do that, oh, properties, you can't even see the fucking properties window. Jesus Christ. Right. No. Window capture. Change that to that one. Thank you. Right. And then that. Oh, great. Now I've moved the USB cable, so now it's fucking Jesus fuck. Right. Come on. Out. In you go. Jesus fucking Jesus. Mary wept. There. Right. So there's that working. I should have made a better fucking cable, because if every time I move this something fucks up, I'm going to have a long hard night. Right, so that's that. And then if I move this over to what's supposed to be an analog controller input, See, it's fucking, that's just digital. I've got a potentiometer here. And I'll wire that up for testing in a bit, but it's supposed to be, the more you twist it, the further it travels. It shouldn't just be fucking off and on, because that's not analog, is it? That's digital. And did I bring two buttons? Or did I just bring the one button? I think I just brought the one button. Anyway, so I'll move this over to fucking this mode button thing. And if I click that, this little red light changes to the green light, and that's actual analog. Let's see. Yeah, I'd need to wire the potentiometer up to show that it is analog. But that is analog. You got to switch between them. So the first thing I want to do is move this resistor from where it is. Right, that just proves that the USB cable works. That's all I cared about there. Right. Fuck off. Right. That proves the USB cable works. Now it's move this bridge from here to where it says J1 there, from J whatever the fuck that is to J1, and I'm pretty sure that'll keep it constantly in the correct mode. I could just get rid of that. Yeah, I'm gonna just gonna snip that out. It's just a fucking link. Don't need it. Out you come. I'm wasting my time. So I've just bridged it like that. It's not a nice fucking joint. It's just, like I said, it's just for fucking proof of concept. Why can't I not fucking focus this shit? There we go. Kind of focused, I guess. So that's them bridged. And now this should, if I'm right, start with the green light, not the red light. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Plug this in and see if it's green light or not. Haha! So now it starts in analog mode, so I don't have to fuck about with this mode switch to switch it from digital to analog. So that's step one done. If I push this, it should switch red now. Yeah, there we go. Right, so it starts. Right, so that's that jumper there. It's labelled as J1, and for some reason they have it. Well, I know why they have it like that, because it's fucking. They've just made it as cheap as possible. So what they've done is, instead of having this bridged here like it should be, in my opinion, they've bridged it down to here. So it starts in digital mode, and because it's in digital mode, they don't have to populate all these little squares here with little connectors like this, because that's what should be there. They should have where it says R1, R2 and everything here, the label for resistors, but they shouldn't be resistors. These should be these little white connectors for a potentiometer, because if you think about it, it's one common and the other side. It's a potentiometer. Look, if you look at it. Oh fuck's sake! See, it's got one side here, and the middle bit, the common, and then another one there. So, and that's why they've balanced it with these resistors. So, in theory, if I remove these resistors now, I might. They are balancing resistors though. So this potentiometer is probably the wrong value, but it's what I got for testing. So I'm going to pull out these resistors and feed some wires in there. Right, so I'm going to remove those and solder in some wires. So I'm going to pause this and then I can test it. And if it works, then everybody knows it works. Oh, and I'm going to cut out this trace as well, because it'll never work with this trace here bridging it all out. It's just not, it can't work with this there. So actually I'll just do that now, so you understand what I mean. Like this has to fuck off and get so we fucking cut right in there. Fuck off and get and actually use it, but you can see what I'm doing. I'm using my little knife and I'm cutting that fucking pointless trace right out of it. And let's see if I can zoom in so you can see what I did. Can you see? There's no copper here now. There's copper here underneath that mask, but I've removed all the copper that was there, and it's just substrate PCB shit here now. See, there's no copper. Well, there's a little bit of copper there, but I'll cut that out as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to be using a knife, and I'm going to be, where the fuck is it? Yeah, there. I'm going to be going again. Fuck off. Fuck off even more. And trying to get rid of all of that copper shit. Right. This really is a job for my Dremel tool, but I'll just use a knife because it's very late at night. Let's see if this will show it better. I'm digging under it with my knife, and then I'm trying to get it out there. See how it's coming up? There we go. See, that's the back of the trace there, and then it's getting removed. That's basically what's happening. Oh, there we go. But yeah, that because you saw it wasn't connected on either side. It's just there to bridge them, and they can't be bridged. Anyway, I'm going to be doing that. So pause. I think that's it gone. See, I mean, there's still some here. So, that's fine. I don't want to cut this trace here, because that's actually doing something. So it's a good thing I missed on the high side there. But yeah, I've got fucking flux all over this. Right. So I just want to make sure I don't get, see, because this here, right there, that's joining this to that, and that's what we don't want. There we go, that's that. So you can see this is clearly separated from that. Now there's a bit of the trace. I was joining them still there, but that's fine. It's isolated, or it's fucked off now. Right, and then same for this one. Same for this one. This one might have some still there. Fuck off. No, that's fine, I think. I think that's just some dust. And then over here, it's not connected to anything. It's just flux from where I bridged that. Right. So that's them separated. So this is now still connecting those two pads together because of those, you see. See how they've done it? And there should be, yeah, see how this one, this bridge, where the fuck am I now? Right, so they've taken this resistor and they've gone all the way over. There's a hole underneath here, but they've skipped it and just joined up to here and done that, because as I said, they had these bridged together on the other side, so they shouldn't have been bridged. Well, I mean, the way they've cheaped out on it, yes, they should be bridged because that's how you do it. Then you want to see which ones of these are the actual ones we want to be using. So these ones are connected to something. These ones aren't connected to shit. Right, so we've got these pads, not those fuckers, and these pads. Those are our potentiometer things. Those are the 1, 2, 3 pins of our potentiometers. And we couldn't leave them bridged because that would have bridged all of them together through those, you see. So, right, which could have caused all kinds of fucking bad readings. Right, so now it's to remove these little resistors, and then I want to put some wires in there so I can test the potentiometer to see if that's right. So I'll pause him whilst I do that. There's 5 volts, there's ground, and now I've got this common wire here which I've soldered where those 2 resistors. This is going to fucking snap as well, isn't it? I should have got better wire, but that's where those 2 resistors met. It went from that hole, skipped that hole, and then both of them were in there and then into there. So yeah, just solder. So commons, obviously the middle one on the potentiometer. Doesn't matter where the fuck I solder onto. Does matter if I don't put solder there though. So tin up the wire. A little bit of tinning up there. This is a very old potentiometer, so hopefully it works. All the legs are snapped off it for some reason, but I mean it's a 10k potentiometer. I don't know if that's going to be good enough. Might be a bit high value, but never mind. So don't know why I'm showing this, because it really doesn't need to be shown, does it? Just tap that on there. And doesn't matter which way 5 volts and ground goes. Going like this. that on there. And then where's my ground wire? Here it is. Why have I made the ground wire so fucking long? That does not need to be that long. Thing's like 6 miles long, look at that. Let's fucking trim it down. Oh, good job, side cutters. That's why you don't cut fucking shit that isn't fucking wires and shit with your side cutters, people, because you'll fuck them. And try not to tangle your fucking shit up in your cameras. That's a good idea as well. And, there we go. Let's hold this down here. Don't hold it like a fucking spanner, and you can do it easier. Right. So that's that. Jesus fuck. So I've gone +5, little common, ground, 10k potentiometer, and that's going over here to what the top of what's labelled as R2. Now hopefully, where the fuck did did I close it? Jesus Christ, I gotta reopen Joyce CPR again. Right, Windows key. Okay. Good. Advanced. Oh, it's not plugged in. Cable that I made, the shitty cable that's probably gonna fail. Advanced. Under properties. Aha! There we go. See? Now it's doing side axis and side rotation at the same time, which tells me that these are still bridged somehow. Trying to figure out where these are all still bridged together, because I don't think they should be bridged at all anyway now. So I've cut this trace, that's gone. Right, so I've done a bit of fiddling and I figured out what the issue is. It's not that they're bridged still, it's they're floating. So I need 4 potentiometers to actually do it, to prove that it'll work. But that's fine, because I've tested them by using where's the fucking thing? I tested them by using wires that I've connected directly to. Well, that doesn't need to be on top, does it? That I've connected directly to the resistance points, the resistor points. Oh Jesus Christ! I'm gonna pull that fucking thing out, the fucking holder. Right. Anyway, so I've wired them up like that. So that R1, R2, R3 and R4, which are actual, those are the actual analog signals. And then on the other side, that is all you have to do. You do just have to cut that trace out, and then you run 5 volts and ground to opposite sides of your resistor. At 10k seems a bit much. I'd probably go a bit lower, but 10k does seem to work, but your mileage may vary. And if I open this, right, okay, just fucking show the wrong window then, that's fine. Yeah. Right. Remember that they're not balanced right now because there's no potentiometers attached to them, so the X and Y axis are flying up and down, the Z axis and Z rotation are flying up and down, but this button is connected to what used to be the X and Y axis. If I push it, it's now the POV, you see, so you've got point of view hat, so you got a lot, it's a lot more buttons available to you. You got a jumper here originally, jumper 1 here, looks like a resistor but it isn't. It's just got 10 black band on it, which means 0 ohms, which means it's just a jumper, and that was connecting here to here. You don't want that, you want to remove that. I just cut it off, and what you want to do is connect here to here instead, and I've done that on the other side of the board because this was just a proof of concept. Then these, where I've soldered these for the resistors, there's some resistors here, you need to remove them because they're just balancing resistors to stop all the analog shit going crazy when they're not connected to potentiometers. And you want to cut this. There's a trace running down the middle here, you need to cut that out. So these are separate from these, so cut that trace out, and that has to come out. And then you got your 5 volts up here, and you got your ground over here, and that's where you connect to your potentiometer, and then the middle leg of your potentiometers go so here, 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 here. So that's probably X, that's probably Y, and that's probably Z, and that's probably Z rotation. I mean, probably, just fucking test them, and that's it really. If you do that, then you change this 0 delay board that you get for like 50p from a little piece of shit to basically a 360 type system. I mean, you're losing 2 analog inputs really compared to an Xbox 360 controller. You got your X and Y axes here for your left thumbstick, and then you can use these as, these are both Z, so you'd use them Z axis and Z rotation as your right thumbstick, and then these up here, and now they're not analog. It says analog, but they're not. They're digital, and those can be a D-pad, digital pad, point of view hat. So yeah, that's better. And then these, just ignore this fucking connector here, so that's nah, ignore that. And that's it really. I don't think you got to change anything else. Nothing else needs changing. Yeah, so there you go. Don't use 10k potentiometers. Use a different potentiometer.